Welcome guys to my channel again. Today I'm going to talk about chapati. I'm going to demonstrate how I made these soft and layered or flaky chapatis. So first of all, I'm going to show you my ingredients: butter, salt, flour, milk, and warm water. So the usual way to make chapatis is by using water, salt, and flour, but I have extra ingredients: butter and milk. So the first process, I'm going to melt my butter. It's always also possible to get butter that's already melted. This is 100 grams. Make sure your butter melts well and then put it on the side. So just put some salt in your flour. I use around 2 teaspoonful. Don't worry guys, I'm going to give all this recipe at the end of this video. And then I mixed some water into the milk. So I pour all of it to my flour. So all of the milk goes into it like that. So I usually like to mix my flour with this wooden spoon. So if you have machine, just use it. It's much easier. So depend on how the flour looks, the dough looks, just add more water to make it much softer. So when it's mixed well, but now it looks a bit hard, so I added water first and then half of the butter that I melted. So apart from butter, I like to also put like one tablespoon of sunflower oil. I am not sure, but sunflower, it makes a good effect on chapatis, but I use just a bit. So mix it until you're satisfied that it's soft enough. So from looking, you can see how soft it is. So just put it aside and leave it for 1 hour. Okay. So this process is the process that you take your your dough and then separating it into small parts. So here you can determine how many chapatis you're going to make. So depending on the size of your pan, you can separate this dough into, I don't know, 10, 20, it's just your choice. But just cut them in a nice way so you get the same size of chapatis. So you can see I patted this dough in, I don't know how many pieces, but these corners, you can just mix them to make one so it doesn't differ in sizes. You just cut it out and then make a roll with your hands. From just looking, you can see the dough is quite soft, and that's how it's supposed to be. This softness is brought by the meat that I used and butter. So you can leave that for 30 minutes, and then the next thing you do is putting butter in the middle of my dough. So just take one chapati dough and then flatten it. If you can, make it very flat. So the flatter, the more layered your chapatis will be. So now I take my butter and put it all over. You can use a spoon like me, but you can also use a brush. That's going to put the butter all over. Put enough butter. So after that, just roll it like that. and then roll it around. So this process is the one that makes the chapatis much softer and flaky. So after you do this, you can leave it also for 30 minutes again. The secret of the chapatis, the more you leave them, the more they get softer. And then you can start your frying process. So on your pan, don't put any oil. Warm it well and then start flattening your doughs. So roll like that. So I'm not going to make them so thick. So on your pan without any oil, just put your chapati on. And then try to make sure that it doesn't burn under. So it's advised to check it all the time. If it gets a bit brown, just turn it around. After that, put the butter on top. Use your brush if you have. I'm just used to use my spoon because that's how my mother taught me. So just turn it around and put butter again on the other side. Nicely like that. So you can see it's making like a bubble. That sounds really good. It's also really good to watch, right? Okay, cook it well. So the cooking of one chapati can take 4 to 5 minutes. And then when it's ready, just put it out. So I'm using my aluminum foil to make it, to keep the warmth. So take another chapati and another and another and another. So I use butter all the way, right? So butter helps a lot to make tasty chapatis and layered. Some people like to put several chapatis on the pan to make it quicker, but yeah. I just like to do it one by one. So you can see the flakiness of my chapatis. There you go. So your chapati is almost ready, right? So guys, look at that chapati. Looks perfect. So put them together to keep the warmth. There you go. So this is my finished chapatis. So look how layered it is. So guys, please try to make chapatis with my recipe, and please let me know what you think. This recipe works. We are not used to use recipe in Tanzania, but try this one. And then please let me know what you think. So you can serve your chapati with sauce, or you can eat with, drink with chai in the morning. So if you like my video and you want to get much more videos like this, please subscribe. So this is the end of my video. Thank you so much.